Hi guys, thank you for coming out, being patient with us. My name's Tayler.
Helen.
Sara.
Nicole. Want to tell them about what they're going to be doing today?
Alright, I'm just going to read the little introduction. Thank you all for coming. We have organized this to get your feedback on Sacred Heart's major and minor selections, and more specifically your thoughts of an event marketing minor. So let's just kind of go around the room and introduce yourselves, saying your name, where you're from, your year, your major, and your career goals.
Good start with
Kissy,
you.
you want to start?
Yes, so my name is Kissy. Do I have to talk to them or you guys?
You can talk to your
Okay.
group.
So my name is Kissy. I'm a senior. I'll be graduating this May. I'm an accounting major and hopefully I can work for an accounting firm in the future.
Hi, my name is Marcel. I'm a senior too, major in accounting. I live in Shelton, and my goal is to work for one of the big 4 companies.
Hey guys, I'm Kristen. I'm a junior. I'm an exercise science major, and I'm pre-physician assistant. So.
My name's Mitch. I'm from Georgia. I'm a junior. I'm a finance major, and I hope to make a lot of money in my career.
Hello, my name is Alex Butcher. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. I am a sophomore, about to be a junior. I will be deciding my major soon. And I don't know what I want to do with my life.
I'm Michaela Libby. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm a junior and a health science major, and I want to go to OT school and then pursue occupational therapy.
Awesome. We will be asking a series of questions, and Helen will be taking notes. We will be using your comments to help improve our university's major selections, so feel free to speak up at any time and address anyone. You are representing the Sacred Heart undergraduate students that will help improve the Sacred Heart College of Business curriculum. We would like you to think about Sacred Heart's currently offered majors and minors that are available to you. Keep in mind that your answers are based on what your needs and preferences are, whether or not the survey applies to your college career plan.
Alright, so before we get started, just so you guys know, when we ask you guys anything, everyone's free to answer, and you can snowball off of someone else's. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask.
The first question, are you guys satisfied with the Sacred Heart's minor selection?
Do you remember the amount of minors that you can have, or
Yeah,
they
like
offer?
the minors that they offer.
I think I am. Yeah, I'm trying to minor in accounting.
You know what I mean?
And I don't know, I know I've taken, there's a couple classes I need to take, which is pretty easy for me to get into my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when I was looking for minors, there were a ton that I didn't know which I wanted to do, so
Okay.
I think there's a good amount.
Okay.
Did you think there was an overwhelming amount of selection to choose from?
For me personally, yeah, I felt like there were a lot in the business school that I could have gone into and that I could have liked to do, but in the end I guess I chose I don't know if I'd say it was overwhelming, but there are definitely a lot to choose from.
I think once you make it further into your schooling, second or third year, it's easier to kind of narrow down what you want to do and pick a minor. Because when I looked as a freshman, it was really overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, and then this year I actually just declared a bio minor, and it just happened to align with the classes I was taking, so that made it a lot easier. But it's definitely overwhelming at first.
Do you think the minors that are offered would benefit you, or do you think a lot of the minors you would pick just because it's what's offered? It's not necessarily something you were looking for, but you want to get a minor, so is it more like that, or?
I chose it because I was taking the bio classes that would align with the minor. I wasn't looking to have a minor just to have a minor, because I wanted it to be useful to what I was doing.
So then the next question, so if you have declared your major minor, what is it? So you said you're doing,
I'm exercise science with a bio.
Minor, yeah.
okay,
What about the rest of you guys? Do you have a minor, or?
I don't have
So,
okay.
Is that by choice, or did you think maybe it was too hard to do a minor along with your major?
I learned learned too late about the minors because I
Okay.
was a transfer student. So I had no idea what my options were.
Right.
And then by the time I looked at the minors, I would have to spend another semester in school just to complete the minors.
Right.
Yeah, so I chose not to have a minor so I can graduate in time.
When did you transfer here?
Last year.
So that was what year for you? Like, what was the year you were going into when you transferred?
Junior.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when you, like, met with an advisor or anything, did they, like, tell you about minors?
Not at all.
So, do you think it'd be good if, for either transfer or even current students, if their advisors would let them know, like, hey, like, are you interested in taking a minor? This is how many classes it would take you to get that minor. That
Yeah.
could probably be beneficial for you.
Yeah, that would
That should be
definitely
really good.
been better for me if my advisor at the time talked to me about like the minors, so that way in the past I could have like planned my future accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good thing.
What would you think would be a good number of classes in order to complete a minor?
I would say 5 or 4.
I would say like 5 or 6 maybe, because that's not like too overwhelming.
Something 4 or 5. It like overlaps with a lot of your like core classes
Yeah.
sometimes anyway. So I would say like by the time you're just narrowed down, you only have to take a couple extra.
Yeah, especially with like if it's close together. Like a couple of my roommates are doing finance and economics, and at the end of the day, they really only have to take like 2 or 3 extra classes because they have to take them anyways for their finance major.
So, like, do you guys think the amount of credits required would impact your decision? How would you, like, rate that, like, on a scale of, like, 1 to 10, 10 being most important decision?
I guess it would just kind of depend on the number of credits, obviously. If it was a really overwhelming amount, like they added in like it's 8 extra classes, then I feel like that would be way too much. And if it was, I don't know if there's a too little scale, like not enough classes, but I feel like everyone just kind of said like that 4 to 6 range kind of makes sense.
Okay.
So what are the first things that you think of when you hear of event marketing? Like, first thing that comes to mind?
Anything.
Anything at all?
Oh, a Spartan race. I don't know, if you put a 5K together.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I think about convention.
Convention.
Yeah.
Don't you think kind of gravitate towards like sporting events?
Would any of you guys be interested in taking this minor if they offered it?
It just doesn't like align with like what I want to do, so it would be like the whole like 12 or 18 credits that it would be, like I would have to take all of those,
Mhm.
like
Right.
personally.
You probably have to know more about it, just kind of like understand what it is more before. But something, especially if it's along the line of sports, I'm a big sports fan, so if it was more kind of geared towards that, then maybe.
Okay.
Well, you say you're an accounting major, so do you think that there would be...
Finance major.
Oh, you're a finance major? Sorry.
Accounting minor.
And you're a what minor?
Accounting minor.
Sorry for the confusion there. Do you think you could use event marketing ever in your career if you were educated in it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of a good business skill. I try to take like a lot of my free electives and other sorts of like business disciplines. Like I've taken a couple management classes, even though that's neither my major or minor, just because I think they'd be beneficial in any kind of business setting.
Right. Yeah, marketing is definitely a great thing to know because you can use it in all career fields, whether you're a business student or not. And event marketing is something that the school is trying to introduce to the students and offer it because it's currently not something that is offered, but it's such a skill that can be used in a variety of different ways, so.
I actually just took a marketing class over winter for one of my last like just humanities, I think it was, and like it was really interesting because like I'd never taken a business course, so I probably wouldn't fit into like the whole like minor, but I definitely would have taken another like business course if I had room in my schedule.
Or like maybe a class, because
Yeah.
there'll probably be multiple classes offered, and even just to get a little background on it, something different.
So you think that'd be helpful in your career, like overall, just having like a little bit of background in business?
Yeah, no, definitely. My mom she's in marketing, so like I always hear it from her perspective. So actually taking the class and it kind of like getting a better understanding about just like stuff that we see every day.
So do you guys think there'd be like a lot of room in the job market for like a major minor in event marketing? Like could it be useful in the career fields, do you think? As an overall?
I think so.
I think so.
Do you guys find the minors that you're doing now are helpful, like in the later on, like in your future in the job market? Do you think it's going to be helpful, or?
Personally, I do, because I kind of was a finance major. I declared early, and then kind of when it was too late, it was like, wow, I wish I would have done accounting. So if I just kind of graduated with a finance degree, I don't think it would have been as beneficial to kind of maybe get into an accounting job without the accounting minor. So I think it'll help me a lot.
Okay.
So why don't you think that Sacred Heart offers this minor currently?
The event marketing one?
Yeah.
Haven't gotten around to it.
I mean, I know there's a lot of business minors that we offer, so I don't know, it just maybe got forgotten, like is there another, I'm not sure the exact other types of.
In the marketing, I think it's digital marketing, regular marketing, and like fashion marketing, and then like it goes on like sports management.
Yeah.
So like maybe a different way to ask this would just be like, do you think the minors that are offered now like are as beneficial maybe than event marketing would be like more beneficial to have? Does that make sense?
Definitely think it could just be on par with the other ones, because it really depends on what you want to get into after. So if someone wants to do that right now, they really don't have that avenue. Whereas if they had the minor, it would definitely help them be much more beneficial than taking fashion or digital marketing.
I think event marketing is something that a lot of different majors can use, because it's like in any kind of field you're in, you're gonna have to attend an event at some point, you know, like if it's a career fair, if it's like a health resource, I don't even know, like something, because I'm thinking like conferences, stuff like that, you're gonna have to attend an event, so like I guess seeing that perspective from the marketing perspective of it would be helpful.
So even though you guys are all different majors, different backgrounds, might not be marketing at all, but how do you think this would be like a good way to show this to like incoming freshmen? You know, telling them right away that, you know, you want to go into the business school, or even if you're not, like we have a new minor, it's event marketing. Like what do you think would be some good ways to tell them about it?
Like on the school's part, like to let them know?
Yeah. You know, like when they have like open houses, and you know, when the freshmen come in early, just like telling them right away instead of like finding out when you're a junior or senior that this is like something that's offered.
Maybe bring in an event.
An event?
Say that students put this on, and if you want to do something similar to that.
That's good.
Create like a minor event.
Yeah.
A minor event?
There's
Yeah,
a lot
that would
about
be-
like helping freshmen figure out like what they want to major in,
Mm-hmm.
but like they don't do anything for like people who already know what their major is at all. Like there's the career center, but they don't really help you find a minor.
Yeah, there's not much with like concentrations even, you know, like if you
Yeah.
wanna,
It's just kind of like you see it on the website and, all right, I'm gonna go do this.
So like your advisors really don't mention minors at all to you guys? Do you think like they really need to improve on that and making sure like the faculty are educating you guys on all that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that would probably help influence your decision on maybe taking a minor instead of just letting it pass by? Okay. Well, Alec, you're undecided, don't have anything. Are you aware of like all the minors that are available at Sacred Heart?
No, I don't even know all the majors. I know they don't have engineering now.
They don't have engineering.
Nope.
So you're not narrowing down your decision on any major just yet?
I'd say I'm undecided business, maybe.
Okay, so maybe event marketing would be something you'd be interested in?
just in general, are there any majors, I know you said engineering, majors or minors that are not offered at Sacred Heart that you wish were offered here?
I feel like they have most things besides engineering, obviously they have most things I can
Do
think
they have
of.
PT or is it only OT?
Yeah, we have both.
Yeah.
And they just got the PE program,
Yeah.
so I mean, that's the only thing I would have said, so.
So like maybe if they had like more minors, you think that would make Sacred Heart more competitive with other schools?
Definitely more concentrations, because like, I know like a bunch of people that I know at other schools like have, rather than like a finance degree, they have like a finance degree with a concentration like risk management or something like that, whereas like we can't really get that concentration. So yeah, definitely I think like the concentrations would be big within your, because maybe you don't want to do a minor, you're really keyed in on one major, but you want to specify one area in that major.
You guys have anything else? Do you have anything else?
I'm trying to think.
It's like 18 minutes.
Pretty much like hit everything. I know like
Do you guys, are you guys all marketing?
I'm sports manager and marketing.
I'm marketing.
Oh, marketing.
Sports management.
Do you guys feel like there's enough like marketing minors?
No, I don't
No,
actually.
no. And like the thing that bothers me is when I want to do marketing, the only thing on like the fact sheet was digital marketing, but
Right,
apparently you
right.
could do actual marketing, but no one told me that. So then I had to retake so many classes. Like I'm catching up this year, my senior year, on marketing classes because I didn't want to do digital marketing. I just wanted marketing in general. And they didn't really specify that was an option. So it was kind of frustrating for me. I found it out on my own that it was actually, there were actual different classes, so.
Yeah, like I'm a transfer, I don't even have a minor, and I'm not even gonna fulfill one, like, so, yeah.
And like, I don't know like if any of you guys know, but like it's only 5 classes you have to take to get a marketing minor, and like one of them is like principal or intro to marketing. You take that regardless if you're in the business school. So it was only 4 extra classes, which isn't a lot at all. But then again, like if you wait till your like second semester junior year to start thinking about it, then you have to catch
It's
up,
too late, yeah.
which is what happened to me because your advisors ignore you.
Right.
And that's like what's frustrating for us, and I wish I could voice that because I want Tayler
I
to
mean,
know
I'm
that.
a marketing with a minor in digital, and I like it, but I wish it was more concentrated in other areas,
Right.
not
Same.
just digital. Because I feel like employers are like, oh, that looks great, but what about all these other skills like computer skills, like
I went
Adobe
into
and
it-
all this stuff? I don't know
Yeah,
any of
I
that.
don't. I went into it as a concentration, and I was only told last semester that there's an actual minor in digital marketing.
Mhm.
So I had to add an extra 3 classes just to get that minor instead of a concentration, which I would have done earlier if I'd known about it.
Mhm.
But and the other thing is like employers now, like it's starting to switch from like into like the new like millennials, like the newer generation is like becoming the higher ups and the executives, and like they want like all this new technology and like new skills that we should be learning, and like I feel like Sacred Heart isn't really as up to date on their classes with
Yeah,
what
I
we
agree
could
with
use in
that.
the real world
Yeah.
in any of like especially the business school. Like I feel like there's just so much that we need to learn, and we're not like everything now like when you go to work is on computers and stuff like that, and if your teacher is teaching you the old way using a book and doesn't want to use the computer, like it's not really going to benefit you because you're going to have to learn it anyway
No,
when you go to
you're gonna
work.
be it's actually a disadvantage because you're going to be behind
Mm-hmm.
and take longer.
That's interesting too, cause like this whole building was built for all the new technology. So like we have that like capability, like you can, it's just the way that I guess they need to teach it.
The curriculum too, like the teachers need to understand, like we get they want to teach us the old fashioned way or like the textbook way, but like they need to start thinking about like what's going to benefit their students the most when they graduate and what's going to put them ahead of other candidates applying for like a position or something like that, because
Yeah.
that's what I feel like when I've been going on my interviews and meeting with personnel, like there's other kids from other schools who are
Have better skills.
absolutely, and like their classes are more
Hands on.
guided. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
more guided to like things you're actually going to use. Like that's what I want to get out of my education is like stuff I can actually use in my career and not just like a requirement.
Right. I agree.
And then also, like, not everyone in here is business major, so do you think Sacred Heart should, like, require some, like, just, like, 1 or 2 business classes for, like, reasons for going on interviews and, like, getting jobs and just how to act and, like, computer skills and...
Well, I definitely think we cut out some of the curriculum.
Because
core
there is,
curriculum
there is a
classes
lot
we
of
have,
core
like
classes.
art of
so-
thinking, to name one. And like, but I definitely think, I don't know if it's like business in general, but like a class that's like, you know, maybe interview skills or just like some, public speaking, stuff like that would be more beneficial than some of the things we do at the school
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
class.
Yeah, like replace, like, art of, well, I know art, they got rid of art of thinking.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank
Are you kidding me?
I wish they would have done that 2 years ago. But yeah, it's like, I definitely think they could replace some classes with more, I don't know, like Taylor's like more useful classes for your life. There's so many things that you have to take that's just like, it's good that I guess it's good that I'm learning this, it's something that I didn't know beforehand, but it's like totally useless to what I'm gonna be doing in my life.
Now, just something I'm like curious about. Let's say like you guys were sophomores. Like, do you think it would be beneficial to have like kind of like a mandatory event where like sophomores go to something where they're introduced to majors and minors? They're informed about like how long it would take to pursue a minor. Do you think that like sophomores a good time in college to learn about it, or
And like find your interests.
yeah, like maybe like second semester sophomore year? Just like I'm just like curious about like what you guys, since like you're, and this could go for not even just event marketing, like anything, just like what a good time frame would be to like introduce students about minors and majors, because it seems like advisors aren't really doing their best.
I think it depends on your advisor as well too. I feel like some really understand the curriculum and others are like, just take this class and you'll graduate.
But like for the business students, like although a lot of my teachers and advisors, they come in from like the city or New Jersey, like they're never really here. They're just here to teach class. It might be different for like you guys who are different, not in the business school, but like what would you think would be like a good time frame to introduce students? We want to hear from everybody.
Probably the beginning of sophomore year,
Beginning,
in my opinion.
and maybe like since you're a transfer, like maybe have.
Yeah, then if you're transferring from another school, like introduce all of the majors and minors then as well.
Okay, what do you think?
Well, could be also sophomore, but I think it's advisor obligation, like to tell us, like this is the path that you should go, or you should do this, take these classes, and why. Because like even if you go like to a conference, like to know about the majors, it's kind of helpful for you to understand it, but it's the advisor that will kind of like guide you through like the 4 years. So I think the advisor should kind of like, I think the advisor should go to the conference to kind of like know like what are the possibilities like that a student can take, and then it can kind of like guide every student, because advisors, they're not pretty much teaching us anything like what are our possibilities, what should we do, like what classes should we take, and I'm talking with my own experience, like I'm the one that choose my own classes, I'm the one that kind of like choose what I should do, and I just go there like for him to give me the permission, and so I'm not happy with the way that the school is doing that. So.
I mean, I think for me, like sophomore year, second semester probably would have been a good time to know about some of the minors. I had to look them up on my own, and that was also the time where I was kind of switching, because I came in as pre-PT. I was switching to PA, so that would have been a good time to have that information available. Yeah.
I could agree more with him about, I think the advisor, whole structure of that nature. I don't know about like everyone said, like everyone else, but I know a lot of myself, my friends, our advisor meetings are, you walk in with your class schedule that you think you're going to take, and they say, great, and walk out. It takes 5 seconds rather than sitting down. And with minors, there's a huge thing. They should sit you down literally right when you get your advisor and just kind of say every meeting should be, alright, you're on track with this, and this class for your major, or you're undecided, let's try to find you a major. And like with minors, hey, this can help you here, this can help you there. I think the whole advisor structure really kind of needs to be looked at.
Like reevaluated.
Yeah, because my meetings, I've had 6 of them now to do classes, and they've been just so unhelpful.
I have a history teacher as my advisor, and so her job is not to be my advisor. Clearly, she's to be a history teacher at this school. Like, I don't know what else needs to be said.
Do you ask her about like
Like,
do you ask her about like majors and minors and like helping you narrow down, you know, your second semester sophomore, so like you have start making your decision soon?
yeah,
You don't ask her anything?
they just.
She doesn't care.
I mean, everybody says you'll figure it out.
Okay.
So figure it out.
I don't know if it's like different with like the health professions, but I feel like our curriculum is so like geared toward what you've already decided you wanna do. But like, I still have like 15 credits to graduate and like get my diploma, but I'm already done with my credits for my major. So like, when I was registering for classes, I was looking at minors and like, I was like, alright, well I already took half of these, so I guess I'll do this. And like, I think that I'm gonna do like a minor in geriatrics because like it will be beneficial for like what I wanna do. But like, no one ever has been like, oh, like you should explore this or like take these classes at a different time so that you're not just taking random classes your senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because your advisor is like in the health profession, so they don't really know to
Well,
introduce you to others?
I have like a chemistry professor as my advisor. It never like got switched over to like someone in the health science department. So I, like everyone else, just literally go with my schedule and she approves, like waives my thing on WebAdvisor, and that's all.
Okay.
I think that's
Yeah.
alright.
That's fine.
Alright. That concludes it. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
your
you.
honesty and coming out here.
I got my insurance.
Hey, at least you have a good phone to call them on.